Kevin Harlan. We're live at AT&T Center. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. They've got Hill. Lane Beer is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then it's Thomas. And it's Dumars in at the shooting guard position.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that. They're just so tough at home year in and year out.
And, Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being a 6 seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you could be a 6 seed with that kind of success.
Now here's Gervin. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He's very confident in their ability to win the battle in the low post, so that's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. I think we can expect them to pound the ball into the paint and let their big men go to work. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there. For the Spurs, it was all about being at home. That was a big part of how they went on the run. They won 20 of the last 22 games at home in that stretch, which vaulted them from the bottom of the playoff picture in the West to as high as the 2 seed.
And there's Isaiah Thomas, the assist by Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And he gets it to go.
And the Spurs at home are so great because they just don't miss. I mean, second in field goal percentage at home, shooting 49%. Also second in three-point percentage made at home with over 39%. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Parker against Thomas. The tray. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Hill kicks to Lambeer. Stolen by Robinson. Leonard attacking. Rodman with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And that one's good. Parker. The Pistons leading. Dumars kicks to Rodman. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And so it's San Antonio with it after the basket by Detroit.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Detroit.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
5 on the clock. Thomas passes to Hill. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table. for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
It's Parker with the drive. No one near him. Here's Duncan. He kicks it to Robinson. That is good. Robinson's got his second basket of the game.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
But he gets it back. For San Antonio, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And that one's good. Parker.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Robinson down low. Thomas is there. Robinson, that's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
It's deflected. Parker with the steal. Inside, here's Leonard. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And Thomas, here we go. Lambier's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in 07.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And the Pistons with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Steps back and shoots. Nice shot by Hamilton.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Parker with it. 8 points for him. And it's blocked. Here's Billups. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
Here's Billups after the basket by San Antonio.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And It's sent back by Wallace. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Duncan with a screen for Parker. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Ginobili against Phillips. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Leonard.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Pass to Champ. Outside Phillips. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Bing. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
To the paint. They get a hand on it and taken away by Wallace. Hamilton the pass to Champ. Phillips with the ball. Picked up by Ginobili. Here's Champ. Dishes to Wallace. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Parker.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making... progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push. And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Now here's Duncan. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Wallace. Wallace comes in for Champ, and Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Richard Hamilton.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots. And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Now here's Drummond, just 5 on the clock. From about 19 feet, Phillips can't get that one to fall. San Antonio trailing here. Leonard attacking, and the baseline jumper no good. Leonard's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Prince dishes to Phillips. Right wing. Bing covered by Duncan. Feeds it to Phillips. The pass to Drummond. Prince, that's for 2. It's rebounded by David Robinson. Spurs shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And the